What's up, guys? NJ here, bringing you everything strategic. Well, actually, today I just want to bring something fun here today. Have you ever wondered what the highest damage per minute blueprint is for its command point costs? So, what I mean is, like, if you were just to put a fleet together and the most damage output you could potentially get as a max damage output, what is it? Well, I'm going to do a top 30 highest max damage per minute per command point list. Now, this doesn't mean it's the best one to run, but the highest that I've seen in battle reports. So I'm going to start with a list. We're going to start at number 30, which is the Kanamora Chaos Plasma Cruiser at 860 damage per minute per command point. So that's rank 30, and of course it's probably pretty hard to find players that run this, but I tried collecting a few different battle reports, and this is what I got at ranked 30. Let's move on to 29. 29, we have the Taurus Assault Destroyer, ranked 29 at 962 damage per minute per command point. Followed up with rank 28, the Stingray Torpedo Bomber. Ooh, that is bright. 972 damage per minute per command point. Now, how this works for fighters, I don't do it on what the game says the command point is for a fighter, which is 1. Otherwise, it'd be ridiculously high. I do it based on the carrier it was in that battle report. So let's say it was in a CV3K. Let's pretend it was in a CV3K that holds 8 aircraft. That would be about 4 command points to divide it by the damage per minute cost. So that's how I figured out those numbers for aircraft. Moving on, rank 27 is the Quar Railgun Destroyer. I think it's a lot better than people realize, ranking at 985 for its DPM per CP value. From the most damage I've seen it do is at that 985 mark. Pretty much when I do these rankings too, like here we have the Winged Hussar B-type variant ranked at 26. When I've done these numbers before, I've used it to try and figure out where it lands as far as like a tier for its damage output. But usually when I put it into a kind of a tier system, I usually I don't go off of what its max damage output is, but more relatively in normal fleet battles, how well it performs. Let's go to number 25. Number 25, we have the IO Assault Cannon, Ion Cannon Cruiser. One thing regarding this, I believe, I put an asterisk here. I believe this was me extrapolating the data. Someone who ran it, they didn't have any weapon tech in it, but it seemed to perform very well. And so if you add an additional 30% damage, that's how I extrapolated it. So it was probably around like the 700 mark, and add another 30% to that. That's about 1,000. Not too shabby, not too shabby. All right, let's keep getting to the better ones. Rank 24, we have the Eternal Storm Attack Battle Cruiser at 1,040 damage per minute per command point cost. Unfortunately, there isn't too many people that run these, but I did have a few whales that ran them, and it wasn't as high as I thought it would get. But sometimes it's all about what they're up against too that can affect these numbers. And I'm just looking for the highest number I can get from these battle reports. Rank number 23, we have the Quar Torpedo Destroyer. Another great destroyer. It's about where I'd expect it. But yeah, very good one. Rank 22, we have the Reliant Tactical Torpedo Frigate. You know, when this thing is focusing on those battle cruisers, it really can dish out high energy damage unless it's against that ST-59 with, energy resistance, high energy resistance. Rank 21, we have the Spear at 1130 damage rating. Let's move on to 20 as we start getting closer to the best ones. The Callisto Type A variant. You know, if it's focused on all cruisers, it will really drive a high number out. Rank 19, we have what? The base Ruby? Yes, that is right. It's not many times it'll get this high, but in certain situations against certain fleets, it will dish out crazy damage despite only being a base variant, and it's really not one of those type of blueprints I would have expected to rank so high for just a base variant. Rank 18, another surprise. We have the CVM 011 Heavy Cannon Corvette. Man, when this is up against frigates and destroyers and it's got some good boost to its RTB, this thing can dish out damage. Next up, we have the Heavy Cannon Destroyer for the Eris. Something I would expect to be in this high up ranking, this high up at 1200, followed by the Xenostinger, which I expect to be way up here as well. 1200 damage per minute per command point rating. Rank 15, we have the Thunderbolt. I know this can get higher. I know this can get a lot higher. However, in the servers I have been in, I have not encountered a whale that can properly get this guy to dish out damage for various reasons, whether the whales that have run it, they aren't super strong with it, or just the type of battles that they get into. Next up, as expected, the Heavy Cannon Chimera at 1330 damage per CP cost per minute. Okay, now let's do rank 13, the ST-59. Those battle cruisers can really dish out high damage when they are maxed out with the right mods. Let's move to rank 12. Rank 12, how is this even possible? The Red Beast ranked 12? Well, it is possible if you're up against the right fleet, where it can do a high DPM per CP value. Not very often it's going to be this high though, but it can. Rank 11, we have the Heavy Torpedo Raid Ship. I definitely expect this to be there. I was thinking it was going to be in the top 10. Unfortunately, it is not. It's hard to compete against some other various blueprints and stuff like that, but it is ranked 11. All right, we're getting to the final 10 ranks now. Rank 10, the Experimental Ruby, the Ion Cannon Ruby at 1425. Rank 9, we have the Taurus Pulse Cannon variant at 1440. With that new update, it has an additional weapon slot and it can perform phenomenal. It's always really high, probably in the 1200s and up when I've done battle reports when it's maxed. Rank 8, the Void Elfin. Something that might be a little bit of a surprise, but not too much of a surprise. Obviously, it's dependent what you're up against, but if it's those small fleets, those small frigates and destroyers, it'll dish out the damage. Rank 7, as probably expected, Constantine the Great, right in that top 10 list. High 1750 damage. Rank 6, the T-800. Yeah, you'd think it wouldn't beat the Constantine the Great, but the thing is, when you're talking about aircraft, they really can dish out damage, and this is why pretty much swarm fleets are meta, because they can get very high damage per minute per CP cost value. Rank 5, we have the Hayreddin's Loyal at 2500. Then we have the S Levy at 3000. 3,000. We are really shooting up now. Rank 3, the Pulse Nebula Chaser. Now, can you guess what the number 2 and number 1 is? Drum roll, please. I'm not going to do it for you. Rank 2, the Cellular Defender. The Cellular Defender at 3,400. I think you guys can guess it for number 1 then. The Vitus Bomber. That is the number 1 highest damage per minute per command point cost that I have seen in any battle report among all of the blueprints. 3,900 damage per minute per command point. Well, hope you had fun with this. Peace.